Join me as I face my biggest fears and dive into Hannah's darkest nightmare on a stormy night. Hannah was just a seemingly ordinary girl, living in a small town surrounded by people who knew her name. But on this particular stormy night, something felt off. The wind howled outside her window, making the trees creak and the shutters rattle. Hannah tried to distract herself with a book, but her eyes kept drifting back to the darkness that lurked outside. As she sat there, she began to hear strange noises outside her window. At first, she thought it was just the wind. Then she heard it again, a faint scratching sound, like someone was trying to get in. Hannah's heart started to race, as she wondered if she was really alone in the house. She tried to shake off the feeling, telling herself it was just her imagination. But the noises persisted. The more she listened, the louder the noises seemed to get. It sounded like someone was pacing back and forth outside her window, their footsteps heavy and deliberate. Hannah's mind started to spin with worst-case scenarios. Was someone trying to break in? Was she in danger? She glanced around her room, searching for a way to escape or defend herself, but she was trapped. As the noises grew louder and more intense, Hannah realized she couldn't just sit there and wait for something to happen. She had to take action, no matter how scared she was. With a deep breath, she slowly got out of bed and approached the window, her heart pounding in her chest. As Hannah approached the window, the noises seemed to stop. The sudden silence was eerie, and Hannah felt a shiver run down her spine. She peered into the darkness, trying to see if she could spot anything or anyone outside. At first, she saw nothing, but then she noticed a faint light flickering in the distance. The light grew brighter, illuminating the dark shapes of the trees. Hannah's heart skipped a beat as she realized that someone or something was standing just beyond the edge of the forest. The light seemed to be moving, flickering and dancing in a way that seemed almost alive. Hannah's fear turned to fascination as she wondered what could be making that light and what it wanted from her. As Hannah watched, transfixed, the light began to move closer. It was hypnotic, drawing her in with an otherworldly power. Hannah felt herself being pulled towards the window, her hands reaching out to touch the glass, and then, in an instant, the light vanished. The darkness was absolute, and Hannah was left staring into the void, her heart still racing with fear. The revelation hit her like a ton of bricks. She wasn't alone. Whatever had made that light was still out there, watching her, waiting for her. Hannah's mind reeled as she tried to process what had just happened. She felt like she was living in a nightmare, trapped in a world of darkness and fear.